Hey guys, Steve Lusk here with a devotional thought from our His Life devotional book for Friday, the 8th day of May, 2020. We hope that you are enjoying this study, and we hope that you will benefit from today's thoughts about Jesus as prophet. That's what we've been looking at this week, Jesus as a prophet. Of course, a prophet was simply a teacher. We think of a prophet as a foreteller, but really primarily a prophet was a forth-teller, and Jesus certainly did tell forth the good news that he had come into the world to save souls. But more than that, Jesus was a prophet in that he could foretell. And in fact, so much of what our today's devotional thoughts center around are the many prophecies that were fulfilled in the life of Jesus from the Old Testament. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Jesus, the Son of God, had been a part of all that God was doing in the world from the very beginning of time, even, in fact, before the foundation of the world. Jesus was a part of things. And so it makes sense that Jesus would know exactly what was going to unfold in the course of history because he planned it all. One of the most remarkable things about Jesus is that not only did he know what was going to happen, but he decided to go ahead and carry through with that plan. And so we see the divinity of Jesus in that he knew everything that was going to happen and in fact had been a part of the planning process in the beginning. But furthermore, he was willing, he made a choice, a human side of Jesus, to go ahead and carry through that plan, even though we know he struggled with that choice in the Garden of Gethsemane on the night he was betrayed. He said, Lord, if it's possible, let this cup, let this plan, this burden that I'm about to have to bear pass from me. And nevertheless, he said, your will be done. And so he submitted to God's will as a human in order to do what God had foreordained, had planned from the very beginning of time. So Jesus as a prophet not only understood what the plan was, but he was willing to carry out that plan. And the devotional reading is from Luke chapter 24, and it's specifically verse 44, when Jesus says to his disciples, shortly before he ascends into heaven, this is what I told you while I was still with you. Everything must be fulfilled that is written about me in the law of Moses, the prophets, and the Psalms. You see, everything that had been recorded up to that point in time, Jesus said had to be fulfilled in his life, and he willingly fulfilled those things. Now, a prophet is not just one who predicts the future. And I got to thinking about this idea of predictions. Predictions really are just estimated guesses. And yes, they're based on evidence. They're based on perhaps research. They may be based on experience. For example, I can predict that my 10-month-old grandson is probably going to walk within the next couple of months. And I know that besides the fact that all of my grandchildren are fantastic and superior and so talented and intelligent, and you get the picture. I know that because that's when most children start walking, somewhere around 10 to 12, 13 months old. So I can predict that that's going to happen, but that's not exactly the same as prophesying the details of what's going to happen. I don't know the day that he's going to be able to start walking. I don't know where he'll be when he takes those first steps. I don't know exactly how many steps that he'll take. But you see, so many of these kinds of prophecies were completely and exactly fulfilled in the life of Jesus. So don't get confused about the difference between predictions and prophecies, because prophecies come from God. And the fact is that every promise that God has ever made, everything that God has ever predicted has always come true. And Jesus was the fulfillment of so many Old Testament prophecies. And so Jesus was a prophet, yes, but he was also the fulfillment of prophecy. And so that makes Jesus unique. That makes Jesus special. That makes him the Son of Man and the Son of God. So today, I will determine to look back at those Old Testament passages and understand how Jesus fulfilled each and every one of them. And in the process, strengthen my faith, my resolve that everything that Jesus has said comes to pass. Everything that Jesus did was true, and it was a fulfillment of Old Testament predictions. I can't prophesy what's going to happen in the future. I wish I could say, yes, this coronavirus, this COVID-19, this pandemic, it's going to be over at this date or that date. And I can't predict exactly when that will happen. But I do know that eventually things will come back to some sense of normalcy. That's a prediction on my part. It's not a prophecy. I wish I knew when, wish I knew how, I wish I knew exactly what was going to take place. But we can't really predict those things, can we? But I pray that you will be safe, that you will be well, that you will follow whatever guidelines are set up by our officials and whatever directions our elders give us in terms of in-person gatherings. But in the meantime, I hope and pray that you will continue to study and grow and serve and help any way that you possibly can. And I know that God will bless you. And here's one prediction that I know is true. Jesus is coming again. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what the circumstances will be exactly, but I know he's coming again, and he's coming for you. I hope you'll be ready. Look at Jesus as prophet. Look at him as priest and king and Lord and Savior. God bless. Have a great day.